Mike G, left brain, yeah. I feature Wolfgang, look. Yeah. Yeah. Follow the leader. Passing your readers in two-seaters. She love green. That's money, Mary Jane, and margaritas. The way it seems, the streets be looking at me like a teacher.
Greetings, internet listeners. Welcome to the fourth episode of the Boxed Goods podcast featuring myself, Tim, and Jesse.
Woo.
Yeah. And today we're going to start off with a little bit of conversation about Titanfall.
The game everyone's talking about.
Everyone.
Have you, again, on Facebook, I keep seeing these stupid ads that pop up, and they're just like, Titanfall, believe the hype, hashtag believe the hype.
Oh,
and
God.
That's so stupid.
The moment
It's a good game, but I feel like advertising like that makes me want to stay away from
yeah,
it.
any moment that there's a hashtag in an advertisement, I
don't know who the advertisement was by. Like, I don't know if that was the company.
Whoever fired.
Who made that game? Was it
It was Respawn Entertainment.
Okay, right.
Which
I don't know if it was them, but I would lose respect for them for like promoting their game that way.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Yeah, hashtags just make it seem less professional to me. I don't know.
I like the game.
It is a good game.
I mean,
yeah.
Main complaint I've heard about it is just that it's like Call of Duty.
Which isn't really a complaint. It's just like something that people are trying to...
I think at this point, considering how like exactly the same, Call of Duty, I mean, with the exception of like, Call of Duty Ghost has aliens. And I have no idea what the new storyline is like.
And one space level, which they showed off in like every trailer. I don't know how long.
Have you played any of the new storyline, like any of the new game?
No, but I've seen it. I've seen like some parts of it, and it just seems like, I don't know. It just seems like Call of Duty. I guess that I just said that's not an insult, and I just kind of used it as an insult. Yeah. But it's, I don't know. Like, you sneak into a place and then something explodes, so you need to run away. You
start the mission and they're just like, we need to maintain secrecy. Yeah, like, go in discreetly, and then something will happen, and then
oh no, our cover's blown.
Like,
Ghost, I mean Soap, I mean Shepherd, we gotta get out of here. And then, yeah, like
our station's on high alert. Like,
Stay frosty, Alpha Tango.
Stay frosty, Alpha Tango 9.
Yeah, exactly.
Retrieve the package, and then some nuclear explosion goes off, and your character, like, covers his face with his hand.
Yeah, and then...
Because that's going to do things.
Exactly. Like, it's going to protect you from the giant piles of debris that's falling on you.
No, but yeah, anyway, I mean, after playing the game for quite a bit, I don't know what the max level is, but I'm decently...
You're like level 40 something, right?
No, I'm like 33 or something.
Okay. No, Jack's level 40 something.
Yeah, he is. I don't know. I mean, it's similar mechanics, obviously. Like, it's a online game only. There's a campaign, but you have to play with other players.
Which is, in all honesty, what Call of Duty was going toward.
Really?
Well, that's what I think, because... you talk to a bunch of people who play Call of Duty, they basically just say, I only play it for the multiplayer, I don't care.
True, but I mean, like, you literally, like, the game's campaign is online.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I kind of like, but, I don't know, for people who don't have Xbox Live, which is the majority of Xbox users anyway, but still, I feel like they'd get it sounds more appealing if you can at least play something online.
Like, with bots, maybe, that would also make it so that you could win every battle and have it have the story make any kind of sense, because we were talking about this yesterday when we were playing Sunday.
Yeah, it was Sunday.
Yeah, we were playing as the militia, and I was telling Jesse how when I was playing as the militia with someone else, we were losing like every single battle. Yet for some reason, the story had some way to carry on.
I mean, I can see why they did that, but it also kind of doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. It's like, we need to do this. If we don't do this, we're not going to survive. We didn't do it, but we're okay. So
yeah, like the first one, it's like, we need a certain amount of fuel to land at our station or whatever.
Yeah,
and it's like you don't. If you lose, it's like, well, you know what? At least we got enough to like escape or something.
It's like, what was that high landmark you set for us before that?
I know, right? Like, do or die.
Yeah. It's like, no, it was fine. We way overshot that, but we lost like 500,000 people, but like, yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we just want to make sure you were doing your jobs.
Performance exam. Live ammo. No, but yeah, I don't know. That's also factoring in the very small amount of people, I would imagine, who are actually paying attention to the story while that's going on.
I gotta say, I mean, while the storyline itself wasn't, I feel like they didn't plan it out very well. like the actual. I don't know. I mean, it was a very short campaign anyway.
Yeah, only like what 7?
Yeah, and you know, whether you win or lose, it doesn't really have an effect on the outcome towards the storyline. But I did like how, you know, each. I think there's one mission where when you start as an IMC, excuse me, on the IMC, you get briefed by whatever your commander is. I still don't know his name, but he's kind of British.
Exactly.
That's just that's like how I define him. It's just like your entire team's like standing in this big briefing room on whatever planet you're on, and he's just like, all right, the militia's gonna drop any moment. Like, I need you to hold the line. And then like the doors open, and then you get to run out.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, when you play them as the militia, you do this so awesome thing. You're up in space, and you like drop. You get in these drop pods, and like you it's like ODST.
Yeah.
So like you start out on your drop ship. And then you get on your drop pod and like you go through space, like through the atmosphere, and then like release onto the planet. I was like,
yeah, that was so hype. And then
So
like
cool.
I'm pretty sure, I don't know, there's like
that's the intro to the mission, as opposed to Call of Duty, where it's just like team deathmatch.
3, 2, 1, stay frosty, soldiers.
Yeah, right.
And then, in Black Ops, like Ice Cube would say something at you, like, yeah, we go.
Was that Black Ops?
Yeah,
I feel like that was Modern Warfare 2.
No, because in Black Ops, Ice Cube was Bowman.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Ice Cube.
I do remember going on a bit of a tangent here, but I do remember the first time I realized that was Ice Cube was I was playing a multiplayer game, and then like we lost, and then someone like
You got berated by Ice Cube.
No, well, you hear Bowman go like, "Yo, we lost that one," and then someone in the chat just goes, "Man, shut up, Ice Cube," and I just started dying. So like I don't know. It was, yeah, but going back to that, well, that's another thing too. You just mentioned the British guy who's in charge. I don't know his name, but he's a British guy. I know. There's a Sarah in the militia, and I know the British guy, and then there's like 2 other guys in the militia.
Sarah's just that. She's just the girl. Honestly, the only time you see them is like in the little
corner, yeah.
on your heads up display in the little corner on of your screen. She's just that girl, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
No, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just like
the only memorable character is James McCallan.
I don't even know who that is.
Okay, he was on the IMC before the campaign started. Then he betrayed the IMC and went towards the militia.
Oh, okay.
And then during the Battle of Demeter, which, you know, they build up to it like, oh, this is the big battle. It was just like any normal mission. Like, to me, it didn't feel like any different. It was just a different map.
Yeah.
I mean, it had the coolest intro.
Is that the one where everyone dies at the end?
That was when the first game we played together on Sunday. You know, like we're flying in on our drop ship, and then it gets hit.
Oh yeah,
and like someone goes like I got sucked out of my plane, and then I landed on the ground, face up, and I just see like a ship explode in the air, and I'm like covering my face.
And there's
then,
like a Titan.
From the ship, like you see a Titan drop down. Which I believe like McCallan was in that or something.
Okay, well
he's like he's just your commander who betrayed you and went to the militia.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that was. I mean, it was a cool intro, but other than that, it was just like any other game.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
That was yeah. I mean, I know I keep leveling criticisms at this game. I do enjoy it. It is a very fun game for what I've played, which admittedly has only been a couple hours. I've only had it for a little while, but it's from what I played, it's fun. That whole like all the levels sort of kind of blend together for me.
What like the maps or like the actual game types?
Well, I mean, there's like in the campaign, there's 2 game types.
Yeah, isn't it just
it's attrition and hard points.
Hard point, yeah.
But yeah, no, like just I don't know, the maps kind of blend together for me. Like nothing really sticks out. Everything's just kind of like cold grays.
It's because every layout is basically the same. So it's like there's whatever like tropical like exotic outside environment, and then there's just like this facility with just like the same kind of color scheme, just like cold blue consoles you're walking through, and just like a metallic interior of all the buildings. So it's like pretty much the same. So it's like in one there'll be like a tropical setting, and then in one it'll just be like on some like Mars looking planet, but like it was like the same kind of layout for all of them.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Well, yeah. Although I will say it is a lot more fun to get around those levels in.
Yeah,
in
it definitely is.
Titanfall.
Yeah, because for anyone who hasn't played it, like instead of just running and jumping like you can in Call of Duty, you can do. Well, I mean, you can dolphin dive in Call of Duty, which is sort of cool.
Yeah,
but
also kind of useless though, because it's good for the first time when you surprise someone with it.
Yeah, right.
And then like after
once
that,
they learn, then they just know
Yeah.
how to respond to that. But
with bullets.
you can. I believe it's called parkour in the game.
Mm-hmm.
But yet, literally, you can run sideways on any wall or surface in the game, which is kind of cool. You know, you can get around the map pretty quick. You also have a jetpack, which you can do like a double jump with.
Yeah.
So you can pick any building on the map, and you can just climb all the way up by doing a combination of wall running and jetpack.
And then jumping.
So you can go to the top of any building in the game. And they're pretty high a lot of times. They have little small things that add to the map, like you can hack turrets that you can use against the other teams, and then obviously once you have a countdown until you can call in your Titan. Every point you get by killing other players, especially, or killing the NPCs in the map, which is another thing I heard a lot of people complain about.
Well, a lot of people, they complained about it before they really realized what that meant, because they were like, I think on Twitter, the first time it came out was on Twitter. It was before the game came out, and they said we're gonna do a 6v6, and then there's gonna be like, I don't know if they actually gave a number, like I think 16 AI players running around, and everyone was just like, why don't you just get rid of the AI players and let us have like a
I don't know. I feel like it
12v12?
gives it more personality, honestly.
Yeah, because, you know, the AI players do things that the players couldn't do. Like, you see, like, sometimes they're, like, dragging their wounded comrades into buildings.
Right, yeah.
Or,
It makes it seem like a more realistic battlefield instead of just players running around.
yeah.
You know, you'll see different things. Like you'll see, NPC character will be like beating the crap out of another enemy NPC player. You're just watching that happen.
Or you can, like, even
a guy
interfere
drag
sometimes.
his dead comrade like behind cover, or wounded comrade, or you'll just see there'll be like these random robots fixing things on the map. I don't even know what they do.
I think they're just there.
Yeah, they're just there.
For little, you know, flare pieces.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think it gives it personality. Plus the whole your heads up display. You know, you have they'll have video communications, like your commanding officers in the game will like pop up on a little screen, and they'll just give you orders and stuff. To me, that just adds to the whole atmosphere of the game.
And also, it allows, like, I'm not very good at a lot of multiplayer first-person shooters. I usually am the one with a negative KD.
I mean, I feel like a lot of it just has to do with the team you're put on, and I think it's kind of luck. I mean, and I'm not gonna blame it all on luck, but a lot of it is just like whoever sees the other person first and has good reflexes.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I don't know if it's just reflexes or whatever. I'm not really good at first-person shooters, but the little grunts running around at least give me some kind of way to contribute, because, you know, you're killing the grunts, you're still getting points, not as much as for killing.
Yeah, you're getting only a fraction of a player kill.
But yeah, like you're still helping is the point.
Right.
Like, it's a thing that a lot of, actually, I think all MOBAs use. You know, you know what a MOBA is? Like League of Legends, Dota 2.
Not really, no.
Okay. Well, the way it works is there's 3v3 on each side, and there are these little minions usually running around that just will endlessly spawn and kill each other. And, you know, yeah, they're basically just there for you to grind so that you can level up your character so you can take on the players or whatever.
Right, yeah.
And yeah, it's the same sort of principle, because you're killing grunts, you're getting your Titan faster slightly, you're getting more points.
Yeah.
It's helping the team and all together. And like that.
I think I kind of went off on a tangent talking about the NPCs, but yeah, killing NPCs, other players, attacking a Titan will, you know, it'll decrease your count time so you can call in your own Titan, and then, you know, you press the button, you signal where you want it to drop, and then you see this awesome animation of like it's like a meteor almost from the sky, and your giant Titan drops next to you.
You hear like the rockets popping as it's like going down. Like, I really love that.
Oh,
sound.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And then if you're on the militia, then like Sarah or whatever her name is pops in and goes like, "You got it. Prepare for Titanfall." And then if it's the IMC, then you just get that faceless robot that's just like, affirmative.
Yeah.
Titanfall imminent or something like that.
And I love the animations I mean, they're a little bit laggy, and I kind of, you know, expected that. But like the animations that like you'll jump toward your Titan, and your Titan will just grab you out of midair.
Oh, I know.
And
And
place you
it
into
also, what I like is that it's not the same animation. like depending on where you are when you get into your Titan, it depends. So like a couple times, if you just walk up to your Titan and you press X to enter, your Titan will grab you, or you'll jump up, grab like the handle, and you'll go inside. There's some where like your Titan will grab you with its hand, put you in the middle, and then a couple times I've jumped from a roof onto my Titan, and it shows me landing on the Titan and then like swinging into the cockpit. I just like that they have all this different animation. Like it looks really cool.
Yeah, it really adds to it, and it just makes you feel a lot more badass playing that game.
I mean, in general, I don't think the game is like graphically like stunning.
Well, that's also because we're playing it on Xbox 360. We probably should have mentioned that.
Yeah. I'm sure it looks better on the one, but still, I don't know. It's a real. I think it's a good game. Obviously, it's got the same game types and like basic mechanics as Call of Duty. You have your.
It's got actually a lot less game types than Call of Duty. I mean,
I'm sure they're gonna release more things.
The nitpicks.
But I think all the other things, even though there's not quite as many game types, I think for me all the different like elements they have keep me coming back. Even though we're playing on the same maps and stuff, to me it's just really cool. It seems like it's a different like experience every time I play. Like it's not the exact same game.
Yeah, definitely. And I would like to see what they're gonna add via DLC. I trust it's just gonna be maps, weapons, and Titans. But I'd be done with that.
I mean, there's 3 Titans right now. There's a bunch. They have a decent amount of weapons you can use.
Yeah.
Although, not nearly as many as Call of Duty. Like one thing.
Well, Call of Duty
right now, it's literally just like here's the list of weapons you get. There's a couple rifles. There's a couple SMGs. And there's like 2 pistols. The thing is, like, compared to Call of Duty, where there's like assault rifles, then you get this huge list of assault rifles, submachine guns, huge list. And for Titanfall, it's literally just one list of weapons you can unlock in order, depending on what level you are.
The way I look at it, it seems like they just kind of like boiled the weapons down to there's one, because you go into Call of Duty and there's like 7 assault rifles, but they all sort of basically do the same thing with varying stats. There's one assault rifle, there's one semi-auto rifle, there's one sniper rifle.
Yeah, I think it's more like class based almost.
Yeah.
Like because there's, as well as the normal like weapons when you're running around as a pilot, each Titan has different weapons with different abilities they can use. So I think it kind of balances out.
Yeah, no, I'd say so. So yeah, it maybe even then just a little bit less weapons, but only a little bit. Like I'd be fine with that. There's a lot more variation in the gameplay, which is the most important part.
One thing I like, the you can jump on a Titan and do a rodeo attack. That's really cool.
Yeah,
like it shows the animation of like your pilot jumps on an enemy Titan. You can ride on friendly Titans too and shoot. It's kind of hard to do, but with enemy Titans, it shows them like climbing on. Then they unhook the latch on the Titans, like I don't know what is it like. The panel like guarding their thermal exhaust or whatever.
Yeah.
You pull it off and then you can just shoot with your rifle as you're holding on with the one hand. You shoot like their whatever that is.
Yeah. Although I will say, when I first heard that you can do that, I was immediately stoked because I was like, oh man, I'm not even gonna get in a Titan. I'm just gonna run around, ruin everyone else's day, and be that person. But there's like 500 different ways that people can get you off their Titan.
I mean, to me that's only fair.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I would have rather preferred it where there was maybe one way that you could do it yourself, and the only other way you would be able to do it is either A, get out of your Titan and shoot, or B, have someone else shoot them off your back, and that would encourage teamwork. But, like, I don't know. I'll get on every, like, last time we were playing, I was trying to do that on, like, every single Titan. It worked on one. Everyone else had either that flame back thing where,
Flame back?
Like, it just, I don't know what it's called, but it's just, like, your back has fire on it and it burns.
I've never seen that.
It happens. And then there's like the electro smoke one, which
that's good. I like that because I think I feel like my Titan is destroyed more often by rodeo people than by other Titans. And I say that because most of the time I wait until there's several other Titans on my team on the field before I call mine, so that way we can like team up. But yeah, most of the time some guy will jump on my Titan, and then as soon as I get out, he'll jump off. And then he'll turn invisible, so I can't find him. So then I get back in my Titan, and he jumps right back on, which is a good strategy. But
I guess
that's how I'm destroyed most often. So I equipped the electric smoke, which just releases like this cloud of electricity science.
Yeah, it's a cloud of science, a taser cloud.
Taser cloud, yeah. Which is the best way. I've killed a bunch of pilots that way, just when they jump on my back.
Yeah,
it's good for Titans too.
I never. Does it work on Titans?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, it's gonna be more effective on pilots because they have way less health.
Yeah. I've actually, speaking of killing pilots, I really like the executions in that game too.
I mean, it's cool.
They're hard to pull off, but like, because usually
I usually do it on the NPCs.
Yeah.
I've only done it on a player like 2 or 3 times.
Well, I mean, not the neck snapping one. I mean, like when you're in your Titan and you just run up and like rip the pilot out and then.
I've done that
like
like once.
Yeah, it's because
you have to time it right, and also if they realize that you're going in for the kill, they can eject pretty quick.
And most like I still have auto eject on mine, so
the first game I played in my Titan. I still was like figuring out how the game worked. And so, yeah, my Titan was about to be destroyed. Like, he just reaches in, grabs my pilot, and throws me across the map. I'm like,
nice.
Wow. It's a great start.
Yeah, exactly. No, but yeah, the one that got me was I just used the Ogre Titan, or the Ogre chassis for the first time. And
that one's my favorite.
Yeah. Well, I won't even call it my favorite. It's a little too slow for me. I kind of like the Atlas. But the his like execution is like he rips like the Titan's arm off and then beats the Titan with it, and it just came out of nowhere. I was like, oh wow, that was brutal. Like Jesus. Like yeah, I don't know. I really like the executions in the game, and also even speaking of the pilot executions when you like snap their neck or something.
Yeah,
like that one, like rather hard to pull off, but still pretty cool. And I like the that they kind of replaced the knife with the kick, like a jump kick instead.
Oh yeah, I kind of like that.
Yeah,
I feel like a knife is just used in every game.
Yeah. It looks bloody ridiculous though when it's like two pilots just trying to kick each other to death. Like that's it.
Yeah, you think a knife fight in Call of Duty is funny where people are just flailing at each other and they can't hit each other with like literally. I think it's a very exaggerated kick.
Yeah,
like their whole leg goes out and like their arms kind of go like this,
like a Chun-Li kind of thing going. Yeah, but yeah, it looks stupid, but I think that's kind of cool.
I do think. It doesn't make sense how one jump kick is going to kill someone else.
Well, maybe you have, like, spiky shoes. You never see at the bottom. I don't know, man.
That goes through bulletproof armor?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe it's, like...
Science?
Yeah, lots of science.
Science has gone too far.
Science kick. Science kick!
But yeah, again, it's kind of similar to, like, the knife mechanic in almost any other game. Obviously, all it takes is one hit with that to get another player, and... So again, several times this has happened where a cloaked player has come running at me.
Oh, yeah.
When they're cloaked, you can still see them if you're looking for them pretty easily.
Yeah.
So he's running at me, obviously going in for the kick. And then I hit the kick button like way before he got to me, and my leg was like outstretched, and he like ran into my stretched out leg and still died.
Nice. Yeah. I don't know. Well, yeah, I guess.
I mean, it doesn't make sense logically how that's gonna work.
Well, I mean,
I think it just adds more flavor that only Titanfall has.
I've never been like a really big fan of one-hit melee kills. I don't know. They just feel a little bit cheap to me. I guess this would have been a good opportunity to make it like at least like 2 or 3 hits.
I guess.
Yeah, but like the neck snap, I sort of understand. I mean,
well, no, that makes sense.
Yeah, no,
snap your neck.
Well, not that it kills you. Of course, that would kill you. But like that, the bat from behind would be a one-hit kill. I get that. Like, Spy from Team Fortress 2, whatever. But yeah, I'd rather prefer it to be just like maybe 1 or 2 kicks, or maybe like, actually no, I was gonna say like a quick time event fight between you and him, but that would be really stupid.
I mean, if you're like sniping, all of a sudden quick time, like you're not gonna respond unless you're really good.
Well, I guess
I would not be able to respond to that.
Yeah, I guess I would. I wouldn't call it fair, but I guess I would make it like, surprise attack. You can still defend yourself, but you're probably
that would
lose.
be cool. But I'm not really sure how they'd be able to pull that off.
I think they actually do that in Battlefield 4. I'm not sure. I think like if you press counter knife or whatever, or like if you press knife like at a certain time while someone's trying to knife you, because you know how in Battlefield 3 like they would have an animation of the guy turning you around and then stabbing you, and you would just kind of like,
Yeah, I think the most time I've played that online was back when they released the beta.
The beta, I'm making sarcastic air quotes there because it wasn't a beta, it was a glorified demo.
Well, I don't know. It was a beta because they had so many bugs.
Well, see, no.
So many bugs.
It wasn't the reason...
No, there were bugs.
Yeah, no, there were bugs. There were a lot of bugs. Like, you would fall through the floor and whatever.
I would fall through the floor and be, like, in nothing. And that was before they added, like, the suicide option. So I'm like, well, what do I do now? So I'm like, no other players could see me, and I'm just, like, floating in, like, infinite blueness. Not even blackness. It was blue because that was the color of the sky. So apparently that was just the color.
You were just in the sky, like
under the ground.
in the sky.
So
under
I
the
just
ground.
see like faint players running above me. I'm like, hello, like shooting them from the ground to no effect. So I just had to quit the game.
Well, I mean, like, the reason I say it's not a beta is because number one, that was a very old build of the game. Because that's why it was so buggy and like, and also they had like there was for it to be a beta, you would think there would be like a report bug fix or like, if you see a bug, make sure you tell someone.
Well, I think they said like in the loading menus or something like, oh, report any serious problems, like
How?
And then they gave a website.
Oh, okay.
They said like go on to who makes the game?
Dice.
Dice, that's right.
But yeah, I don't know if there was an actual like there was no way to do it in game, and usually betas are somewhat closed. I mean, it's gotten less so like that because a lot of games have buy-in betas now, like DayZ or whatever. But usually betas would be like a closed thing where it would be easier to find but like that was just everyone here just go play some Battlefield 3 and just tell us.
And why wouldn't you play Battlefield 3?
Yeah, exactly.
If they had a 4 beta, I'd be on that 4 beta.
They did have a 4 beta.
Did they?
Yeah.
Was it for Xbox?
Yes.
How did I miss that entirely?
I don't know. I think you were in a party when I remember.
Was it a party?
No, not at a party. What, like an Xbox party, like with me, and I think was also playing it.
Oh, okay.
And
you know what it was? This was back when I had absolutely zero space.
Oh, okay.
So I couldn't download anything. Like it wasn't it like over a gig or something?
Yeah, it was a pretty big beta. I do remember that.
Yeah, because there were quite a few. There were like 4 months at least where we literally had just enough space for like to save our game, and that was about it. Before we got our new Xbox.
I was gonna reference something where said something incredibly racist on Xbox Live.
We were still recording apparently.
Okay, so yeah, I feel like if you probably weren't in this party because I feel like if you were, you would have remembered this because
no, I do remember being present for saying something incredibly
because
questionable.
Yeah, Brian's always like yelling in the mic on Xbox.
I mean, most of the time, I don't think he's being entirely serious with what he's saying.
But like
to an extent,
he's always just like kind of loud and talking about his game, like what he's doing,
which is kind of annoying.
Yeah, I will admit that. But like. We were playing I don't even think I was in the game with him. I might have, no, because I joined him later, but he was saying like racist stuff throughout the entire thing.
Yeah, that was weird.
And he was just like calling the Chinese people chinks like the entire time.
Oh, yeah, I remember
Yeah, he would
that.
be like, yeah, goddamn China chinks, they're shooting me with the stupid guns. And then like, I think he said something about like, I don't know, Islamic people or something. I don't remember what it was. It was just like, no matter.
No, I remember I was in a party. I think it was initially. I was playing a game with you or something. I think we were playing Left 4 Dead, actually.
Yeah, I think that sounds right.
It was me, you, and Jack.
Maybe was EJ in that too, or was that?
I know EJ was in the party. I don't think he was in our game though.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was me, you, Jack, and EJ, and then Brandon had joined, and then he went about his usual way of yelling about whatever game he was.
Raging.
I think it was Battlefield.
No, yeah, it was Battlefield, and
he just yelling, and we're just like, dude,
just calm down a little bit, man.
He like didn't even respond because he's too busy yelling.
He was also with his other Xbox Live friends who I think he just met through Xbox Live, just yelling.
He's got a lot of those.
Yeah, I don't get that. I really don't get that. Okay, but yeah, like the Xbox Live friends thing, where like I friend people that I know in real life and at least have plans on playing games with them.
Yeah. I agree.
The thing that stopped me from friending people that I didn't know was I got Gears of War 2 a while back, and I was playing this game with some people, and I met this one kid. I don't know how close. Like this was back when I was in high school, so he seemed like maybe around my age, maybe.
What was this younger. Like junior year, senior year?
I don't know when it was. I think it might have been junior year. Well, yeah, I didn't get Xbox Live until junior year. I remember. So, or was it junior year? Yeah, that's when we went to Disney, right?
Your junior year.
Yeah, because I remember I got my free month, and that was the like weekend or whatever, or the week that we went to Disney. So I lost like a week. But yeah, I got Gears of War 2 and I was playing, and there was this one kind of like he was like he sounded like either my age or a little bit younger, and he would like. We played Gears, we had a good time, and then he friended me, and I was like, okay, whatever. I guess this will just be one of those people that I'll friend and then never talk to again.
Yeah, I've done that. I think on 2 occasions.
Yeah, but then like every time after that, when he was online, he would be like, "Hey Tim, you want to play Gears?" And I was like, I not really, but like I have, I'm kind of a pansy, so I feel like I'd be a jerk if I said no. So like, okay, fine, let's play some Gears. And then but like, the thing that would make me mad is like he would do that, and then he would go in game, and then he would be like, okay, I'm gonna pass the controller to my little brother, and he's going to play, but I'm going to stay on the mic, and I'm going to tell him how to play. And his like, I don't know, like his brother.
Yeah,
would
that's
play.
annoying. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, man. Just
honestly, in a situation like that, instead of I'd be kind of like you, where I wouldn't want to make the other person mad, but what I would do, I would just like shut off my Xbox, just like right there, just like boom, turn it off.
Yeah.
And then wait like 20 minutes, and then go into my settings, be like, can't see if you're online, and then go back online.
Yeah, no, that probably.
I take the easy way out.
I ended up just like
instead of being like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
Leave. Like I don't know.
I ended up just like unfriending him or something. But yeah, that was like that pushed me away from ever friending people that I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they want to play the same game as me. That's totally fine. But it's just like,
Yeah.
if I'm playing like a one-player game and I'm like really doing the story and I'm really into it, hopefully I'm not guilty of doing this to other people. Like,
Well, that's what I'm afraid of whenever, like, because
like if I'm trying to like really enjoy the story, I'm like hearing some dialogue, people are like, hey, you want to play some Mass Effect online? And I'm like, I'm doing the story. Like,
yeah, exactly. Like, that's
I hope I didn't do that to you at some point, Tim.
Well, see, I never like invite people to parties because I'm always worried that I'm going to do that. Like yesterday, even though you said straight up, you messaged me on Facebook, hey, I'm on Xbox if you want to play some Titanfall. When I got online, you notice I didn't I didn't even, do the invite. You were playing Mass Effect 2, and I was like, okay, I don't want to mess them up. So
no. See, I mean, I was playing that because I didn't know if you were going to respond. So, like, I was playing that, like, oh, hey, if Tim's online, I'll play Titanfall. Because, like, I kind of wanted to play.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, if not, then I was just going to keep playing Mass Effect 2.
Okay.
So, I do the same thing. Usually I'm not going to party invite them unless I ask them, like, first otherwise. Or at least be like, hey, I'm doing this. Like, if you feel like it, you can play. Like, I don't like to pressure people. Be like, hey, play with me. Like,
I guess it would just be a lot easier if you just be like, hey, you want to play Titanfall? And the other person would be like, no. And then be like, okay. And then you just leave. But I don't know why. Every time in my mind, I'm going to be like, oh, they're going to get so annoyed at me for even suggesting that they play. I'm interrupting their story game experience.
Yeah, I mean, there's... I don't know, like our certain a certain friend that we've mentioned earlier, he's guilty of spamming the party invite button.
Yes. Oh,
and
God,
I mean, like,
yes.
again, I like him. Okay, he's a cool guy.
Is there a way that we can just like censor his name out very obviously in like when the first time we mentioned it with like a goat yell or something?
I'm sure we can do that.
Okay. Probably should have waited till after that, but that's just my suggestion. If that happens, that was my idea. You heard it here first. Boxed Goods exclusive.
But yeah, anyway, but yeah, he'll spam the invite, like invite. I'm like, I'm in the middle of a Mass Effect mission.
Exactly.
Or here's the thing though, again with the same issue is like, not just with him, like several other people I have on my friends list, join you mid game, talk about something that's, it's entirely different from what I'm doing. So they'll be playing a game entirely, and they have to narrate what they're doing, which means I have to try to, I don't know, be a part of their conversation while hearing all the dialogue in my game, which I kind of try to avoid.
Or like they'll do that really like obvious, I want you to ask me about my game thing. Like they'll be like, oh my God.
Yeah,
and
yes.
What is it, Jeff? Oh, nothing. I just, found this like legendary sword in this temple in this game. It's like, oh, really?
Legendary sword in this temple in this game that you've never played before.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's great. It's like, yeah, I've just been playing, and then suddenly you're in this like huge conversation. It's like, just leave me alone. I want to play Mass Effect.
Again, that's when I do the thing where I'm like, save progress, shut off Xbox, go online, can't see me online, play by myself like that for a while.
And then later when they ask you, like, what happened? Oh, I got disconnected.
Yeah, that's the antisocial, anti-confrontational method.
I like how
we're gonna copyright that.
Everyone uses that, and then, everyone thinks that no one knows what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, a little while ago, I was talking to, I think it was EJ and Corey, and they were like, I just straight up told them, like, a lot of the times if you, this is when I still had my phone. I was like, a lot of the times if you text me and I don't answer, I see it and then immediately I'm just like, I don't want to deal with this right now and just don't even respond to it. And then they're like, oh yeah, I do that too. Like everyone does that. Just like you look at your phone and just be like, oh, I don't want to deal with this right now.
Yeah.
Like I just want to sleep because I sleep a lot. And they'll be like, yo, you want to play some Xbox? And I'll be like, yeah, whatever.
You just be like, maybe.
Yeah. But yeah, you know, I don't know. It just seems like the easy way out, just to not deal with this.
Again, because I don't want to like aggravate people, but I also I find it annoying when people kind of like throw themselves, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, we're friends, right? We're best friends. Now play with me. I barely know you from Xbox. Like,
but play with me. I've met you like three times in real life.
Which is, yeah, even though, you know, again, I've friended like 2 people that I don't really know, but I played on several occasions on Xbox.
Yeah.
And usually it'll be fine because I'll be playing the game and they're just like, oh, hey, I'll play that too. And I'm like, sure, join my game. That's fine.
It's that crossover when like you meet a friend through a friend, or you meet someone through a friend.
Right, yeah.
And that friend becomes the person that if the person you both know is around, you will hang out. But the moment they're gone, it gets
exactly.
awkward.
In fact, that happened not too long ago. I was playing Grand Theft Auto with Brandon. You know, and it was fine. And then Brandon's friend joined. He started playing with us. And I was like, fine. I was talking with him. It's whatever. And then Brandon's like, all right, I'm going to go to Walmart. I'll be back in an hour. And I'll keep playing. So then he left. And me and this other guy were still in the party. And it was fine. And then he sent me a friend request, which I was pretty much obligated to accept because I was in a chat with him.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then later on, you know, he's like, he'd sent me invites. And I'm like, when Brandon's not playing, I'm like,
Yeah, it's like you seemed nice, man, but I don't know if I'm ready for this commitment.
Yeah, I don't know. I ain't know you like that.
Yeah, exactly. Ain't about that life.
But yeah, we're gonna take a quick breather.
And probably come back with something obnoxious to eat into the microphone like we usually do.
Keep listening.
Well. Welcome back to the Box Goods podcast. Thanks for tuning in. We have some box goods of our own. We have a box of dots.
As if there are different people listening than there were in the first place.
Well, you never know.
We can dream.
With that internet, maybe they just like skipped immediately forward to the first break, somehow knowing
like straight through, like perfectly.
Yeah, just immediately hit the music and then yeah. Well, thanks for tuning in. Whatever. But
can I just say the green dots are terrible.
I've never had like
they're like weird mint. That's not right.
Let me see. Well, let's see what flavor they're.
Is it mint?
They're supposed to be lime.
They're not lime.
Let me see.
Oh.
Ah, yeah, they are kind of weird, huh? That's weird. I've never had like.
It tastes like licorice almost.
Yeah. I never eat like fruit flavored candy like individually. Usually, I just like take a handful and just shove it in my face.
Like just fruit. Just like undescribable fruit.
Like does anyone like eat individual Skittles? Like it seems so weird to me.
I feel like there is a definite group of people that do that.
I feel like if I saw someone doing that, I just wouldn't trust them with anything. Like that's just so I don't know, whatever. So I pissed off the coconut lovers and the people who
you have an official like enemy following at this point.
But yeah, so me and Jesse were talking about weird raves that we've seen on Facebook. Please describe what the one you saw was.
I see this all the time on various social media outlets. such as Instagram or Facebook, I just see people that I'm friends with. They'll post pictures of them at like this event where it looks like you just go and you just get painted. Like you're just covered in paint. I don't understand what the point is.
The way he told me about it first was he just goes, have you ever seen those things on like social media where people just go to a place and they get covered in paint? And then there was like a long 5-second silence between us. I'm just like, no, I haven't heard of this thing. Although,
what is the point? Like, do they play music? Like, is it a rave?
I guess it might be like some kind of rave. That's like, is it like neon colored paint?
It's just brightly covered paint.
Yeah, that probably sounds like some kind of rave.
But I've just seen, and then like I see an advertisement for it, and it's just like, I have no idea what it's called. I'm just gonna say like Paint Fest. It's coming to Hartford. Like,
Paint Fest 2014.
Yeah, exactly. It's like this traveling thing. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't know. There's like,
If anybody can explain that, leave a comment.
yeah, anyone who got, that's a very select subsection of people who are number one listening to this podcast.
Yeah, I feel like people who are listening to that is probably not gonna be listening to this podcast.
Yeah, they're probably listening to extremely loud dubstep and blowing out their eardrums or something, or fighting with their parents. But yeah, like there's like a weird I always thought like raving to be like kind of like a, not a weird thing, just like a subculture thing. But inside that subculture is like even like deeper subcultures. Like, have you heard of the silent rave?
No, I have not. What is that?
It is okay.
Is it just like a rave, but everyone's just quiet? Like,
No, well, from my understanding, everyone brings like an iPod or something.
and so everyone's
then-
listening to their own music.
Like blasting their own music. But yeah, it's like quiet. Besides, like you just see these people like dancing, and there's like no music, and every once in a while you just hear people like yeah, like like making loud grunting noises or whatever. I don't know if it's like they like, okay guys, we're all gonna get the same playlist and we're gonna play it all at once, so make sure that we all get that in order, or if it's just like everyone brings their own music or whatever. But like, just go on YouTube, look up silent rave. It is like starting like creepy.
Why is this something like you pay to go to?
I don't know if you pay to go to raves. I think you just kind of show up and just start grinding on someone, and then that's like it.
And then it becomes a rave. Like anything just becomes a rave.
I guess. I don't know. Like, you just bring your glow. I would imagine these are planned events where you'd be like, okay, like, so for this rave, we're all going to bring our glow sticks, and we're going to wear, like, really tight clothes and spike our hairs up. And
Either that or we'll wear no clothes.
Yeah, no clothes rave 2014. Make sure you're there.
Paint on the clothes.
I still like that. They go to a place and just get painted.
Did I tell you about when I filmed that dubstep concert for Infected Mushroom?
You did not tell me about that.
Okay, well, through CSB, like while I was still in the class, they wanted some people through Live Nation. You know that Live Nation is basically the they host a lot of concerts at what's the venue? It's the Oakdale Theater. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Live Nation wanted to make a promotional video for a lot of the events that go there, including Infected Mushroom, which is this.
It's an awesome name.
It's electronic. I don't know I know there's a definite term for it. I don't remember what it is, but
once again,
it's not dubstep. It's like a very specific kind of electronic music.
House music.
I hear the term house music. I'm not even sure what
There's
goes
like,
into that.
yeah, me neither. There's like, I've heard it was just like really loud, like bassy, like music.
Okay, no.
I've also heard it as like sort of techno thing, like that isn't techno, but also like has jazz infusion in it.
No, Infected Mushroom, I guess, is like they're like a subgenre of techno, as far as I understand it.
Okay.
It's like it's got like a little bit of dubstep mixed with like other techno things. I don't know, but anyway, we go there. They weren't supposed to come out till like 11:30 or midnight. So we go there. It was like me and about 4 other people from my class and one other grad. So like we came with 2 cameras, or 3 cameras actually. One, first of all, we get there. It wasn't just Infected Mushroom playing. There was like an opening DJ. I have no idea what he was called, who was playing. And we get there, and the people in the crowd, they're all dressed in these various glow necklaces,
Yeah,
glow sticks. They also had they're also gloving, which I know I told you about because I tried it at camp. I think I mentioned this to you. I don't think I showed you.
I don't know if you did. What is gloving?
Basically, it's I mean, it doesn't have to be white, but oftentimes they're like these sets of white gloves, and they have LED lights on the end.
Oh,
so when people learn the hand movements that go with it, and with the multicolored lights, it can be pretty cool. Actually,
I've seen one of my friends do that on Facebook. Like he has every once in a while he'll change his profile picture to him of just like gloving or something.
Yeah, one of my friends from camp, well, two of them actually, were really into that. So then I bought a pair over the summer, which I did casually. I don't really use it that much because I need new ones. But anyway, there were a lot of people doing that, and they're just people dressed up in these. There were girls who barely wearing any clothing, and it was just like, I don't know. It looked like everyone was on various types of drugs because they were just very like, I don't know, spazzy. And a lot of people were just kind of. I don't know. They seemed out of it.
When you're going to the infected mushroom concert,
Yeah,
I feel
right.
like you're gonna see a lot of that.
They specifically told us too. They're like, do not film the crowd. Like,
We don't want anyone to know what kind of people show up.
no, exactly. They're like, okay, get various angles of the stage. Make sure you get the band. Well, infected mushroom is just two guys.
Yeah, as most subsect groups are, at least one or two guys.
Well, Skrillex is just by himself.
Yeah,
But anyway.
well, I mean, it's one or two, like Deadmau5 or Skrillex or like, I can't think of any other dubstep.
Yeah, well,
music
Daft Punk is two of them.
Is Daft Punk dubstep really?
They're not dubstep, but they're electronic.
They're like everything.
They're
all
electronic.
piled into one, yeah, I guess.
They're definitely not dubstep.
Yeah.
Any Daft Punk fans will probably shoot me for me associating them with dubstep.
Even coming close, like it's gonna be me, Coconut, and whatever the other thing I just pissed off.
I feel like
was.
I've made more enemies just by saying Daft Punk, or
Oh,
at
yeah.
least mistakenly seeming like I said Daft Punk is like dubstep.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So get ready for that.
yeah, I'll get ready. We're gonna get negative likes for this. Anyway, so yeah, when we got there, they were like, yeah, so get different angles of the stage. Make sure you get lots of shots of them as close as possible. Do not shoot the crowd. Like, we don't want any footage of them being on whatever drugs they may or may not be on.
That's still funny to me.
Yeah. Of course, we still saw this. This amazed me. We're like there, and we see people like lighting up joints in the thing, and there's like security walking around like desperately while failing, like trying to find these people in the crowd. Because it was jam packed full of people. They're just the Oakdale. They've got two theaters. They have a main theater, and then they have a big what's it called? There's the theater, and then there's the
Main stage.
No,
shell.
it's kind of like a shell. It's just an open area where instead of sitting, everyone just kind of stands in front of the stage.
Oh, okay.
The name is totally failing me, which is annoying. But anyway. We're all in there, so there's just like a big crowd of people in there. So yeah, we get there and it was so loud. Literally, so they gave us all earplugs. We put on the earplugs, and even with the earplugs on, it was the equivalent of listening to your iPod on a pretty high volume. Like just on the border of being uncomfortably loud with earplugs.
Yeah, Jesus.
So I was like, how are these people not deaf?
Well, I mean, they're not deaf now. I feel like our generation is gonna have a crap load of deaf people.
That, or maybe the human ear will like adapt to like higher volumes or something.
Maybe. I have
That's wishful thinking. I think.
I have. Well, I mean, that's gonna take a long time. I have really like sensitive. I don't know what it would call sensitive ears. Like I usually keep my iPod.
Yeah,
volume at,
same. I keep it pretty low.
2 or 3.
When I'm by I don't know what 2 or 3 means, but
like the little blocks, like
like 2 or 3 adjusts or whatever.
No, as in like. Okay, you know how there's like little blocks when you adjust it on the side thing. I don't know.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
I have like 2 or 3. Like that's where I am, is at 2 or 3 blocks of volume.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Still, I mean, same for me. I generally like, especially when I'm by myself and there's no noise. I keep it pretty quiet unless I'm feeling hype.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So we get there and it was like super loud. We waited there for like 2 hours, just kind of sitting there waiting for the main event to start. And then when infected mushroom came on the stage. The layout was actually pretty cool. What they had these big 2 white. I don't know what it was made out of. It was like some kind of material but it was just like plain white, and it had the shape of like a spaceship orb thing. There were like 2 of them. But since they were plain white, then they had like a projection screen, like project all these different patterns on it. And it actually looked pretty cool. But yeah, our challenge was we had some guy stay back on this little platform that they reserved just for us to like hang out on. One guy stay there and like film the concert from like that perspective, just like way in the back. So you get like the tops of the crowd, and then you get the stage. And then me and one of my other classmates, as well as 2 other of my classmates, like picked up the camera off the tripod and went into the crowd with it, which was interesting. It was like really crowded, and then at one point someone threw liquid up in the air out of a bottle, and it landed all over us and the camera. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, God. That's never good.
Yeah, I was like, I really hope this is just water.
Mystery liquid is never good.
Yeah, no, it's not. And there are people just everywhere.
Did you get like people trying like get in front of the camera?
No, but they'd be like, "What are you doing? What is that?
You got a camera?
Is that going online?
Can I get it on my Instagram?
I'm like, how do I find it?
Make sure you tag me on Facebook."
Yeah, basically. And we're just like, "Oh, we were through Live Nation." They're like, and they just kind of walked away. But yeah, we managed to get right up in front of the stage, and that was kind of hard. Because it was like elbow to elbow. It was really crowded. Plus, everyone was like doing that standard rave jump where you jump up and down and pump your arm.
Like, yeah, this thing.
No, this like just the the one.
Like that. Like
everyone who's listening is like, oh, we know what that means.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. We're making arm movements.
Yeah, fist pump.
Look up once again. Go on YouTube. Look up a rave. That thing they're doing in that video. That is what we were doing.
And
here.
that's what I saw.
But
yeah, yeah, it was definitely interesting. Though, like the first 2 hours, we literally just watched the crowd, and that was entertaining enough for me. Like they're just people. It was funny because people are doing the gloving thing. They're people who are good, and there are obviously people. Most of the people like, it looked like they did that to like impress any other like girls that they were with, but like to the point where like they're like, look at me, and they're just like flailing their arms, and then they're just like, wow, like staring at them.
It's like, I feel like gloving. I haven't seen much of it. I feel like that's like the equivalent to whatever that is to like a fushigi ball to like real magicians. Like, you know what a fushigi is? Like that glass ball where like in the commercial it's like, oh, it's floating in midair, but it's like just you're moving your fingers in a weird way. Like it's like that. I feel like even if you learn it, it doesn't look.
No, I mean, I agree with you to an extent, but if you have like the finger dexterity to do like some of these cool, if you have the finger dexterity to move your fingers, like if you can control them really well, it can look really cool.
Maybe
like my one of my friends from camp, Dan, who was really into this stuff. I think it looks really good when he does it. Like it's just like mesmerizing, and obviously the lights are gonna look cool no matter what when it's in the dark. But I don't know. He has like really good control over his fingertips.
Maybe it
can be cool. Another thing, he literally practices it all the time.
Oh, okay.
So it's something that like he obviously puts a lot of effort into.
Maybe I just haven't seen like a good Glover yet.
No, you haven't.
For Donald Glover.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was our bad joke for the podcast.
Check. But yeah, I do have to say, most rave music, at least to me, maybe you can confirm this. What was it?
It all sounded the same.
Yeah, no, most rave music sounds the same to me. Just heavy bass.
Particularly the opening act, whatever DJ that was. It was literally it was the same thing. It was the same like layout to every song. Like the song layouts were literally the same. It starts out like like starts like that, builds up for like 2 minutes, followed by like the DJ, he'd yell something out, be like, oh yeah, fuck society. Yeah, except it wasn't even that cool.
Oh, okay.
Like, this guy wasn't, to me, I don't listen to dubstep, but for me it was just kind of like, yeah, fuck society. And then like everyone just like, yeah, goes into like hyper rave mode. Anyway,
oh my God, call 911 now. What?
Hey, that's a good song.
I do like that
Skrillex.
song. It also has Slender Man in the music video.
Really?
Well, like sort of.
It's like implied Slenderman.
Well, there's the girl. You've seen the music video, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing that's kind of coming behind the girl, like the monster
I haven't seen it
thing,
in a while, but I think I know what you're talking about.
it sort of looks a little bit like Slender Man.
Yeah.
But yeah, speaking of music that sounds the same, this is an awesome segue. I'm so proud of myself. We were talking earlier about Dragonforce, the band.
Through the Fire and Flames.
Yeah.
All the other songs, right?
Yeah.
No?
No?
Okay, me neither.
Really? Not even one. Okay.
You mean not even Operation Ground and Pound?
Heartbreak Armageddon.
Cry for Eternity?
Storming
the Burning Fields?
Yes.
There's song titles on... Okay,
there's song titles. By the way, they hardly ever actually say them in the song.
Yeah.
Except for that one. I think you pointed this out too, and I do remember this song in Human Rampage, the album that Through the Fire and the Flames is on. There's one part where there's like na 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 na, cry for eternity. And yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Just I don't know if anyone's even okay. Yeah, I'm sure they have hardcore fans somewhere. I think they're really big in the UK, but I really gotta say every song sounds okay.
Wait, you said you have their other album?
I have.
Right?
I have 2 of their albums. They have more than that. How they manage that, I don't know, because every song sounds the same. But okay, there was a very clear, especially on Inhuman Rampage. They changed this on their next one, which is the one I have. It's called Ultra Beatdown or something.
Wait, that's the album title?
Yeah, Ultra Beatdown. They changed it up a little bit in that one, but every song is set up exactly the same. It's guitar solo opening, and then the lead singer does his little lyrics that sound epic but don't mean anything.
Uplifting, very generic sounding.
We're fighting the battle.
We're free before the thunderstorm.
Yeah, and usually they mention fire in some way. Not even.
By the way, they say Through the Fire and the Flames on several of their tracks.
Yeah,
just I'm
yeah.
That's riding the success off.
Exactly. But yeah, and then
wait, the song's getting boring. Through the fire and the flames. And I'm just
But it's so he does that, and then there's the chorus, which once again doesn't really mean anything, and then another guitar solo, more words that don't mean anything, and then either before or after the next guitar solo, they go, whoa,
oh my god,
in some way,
that's they're a one-trick pony.
Yeah,
and that's their trick.
And then, well, no, that's not their trick. Their trick is when Herman Lee and the other dude just start shredding their guitars. And
here's the thing: I feel like any Dragonforce song you're gonna listen to, you have to be in the right mood to be able to just sit through an entire Dragonforce song.
The right mood, and also just one Dragonforce song, because otherwise
it takes effort to sit down and be all right, I'm gonna do it.
Because
for nostalgia,
they all just start blending together. I have a lot of car rides on Sunday because my dad preaches in a church in Massachusetts.
Listening to music in a car I love it.
Yeah, that's fine. And usually I sleep because I have to get up really early. So I like to put on something where I can just kind of get up and if I wake up in the middle of it, I'm not missing anything or whatever. Dragonforce is perfect for that, because I will go to sleep, wake up 20 minutes later, and it'll sound like the exact same song. I don't know. But yeah, it's they do the OO thing, and then guitar solo, guitar duet, and then back to the chorus, and then close out with a guitar solo, and that is every Dragonforce song. Look it up.
I think when I remember when I bought the CD and I was playing it, I was playing Through the Fire and the Flames in the car ride back from Walmart or wherever it is I bought the CD, and my mom's it sounds like they just sped it up on a computer. I'm no, obviously Dragonforce has skill.
Well, okay, Herman Lee is a very talented guitarist. No one's denying that. But just I don't know, there was accusations because they did, after they put out Inhuman Rampage. I did look into these guys a while ago because I did actually really like Dragonforce for a while, even when I realized that the songs sound the same. I mean, they're still I don't know, they're all right, but just they kind of
Here's the thing: if you like Through the Fire and the Flames,
you like every other.
You will like all the other songs, but it's hearing Inhuman Rampage is basically a 45 to 55 minute
Through the Fire and the Flames. Yeah.
So if you like that, then go for it.
Go for it, yeah. But I think their nickname for a while, because like they sounded really bad on their tour afterward for whatever reason.
Really?
I think there was like
wait, but it was the tour for Inhuman Rampage.
Yeah, it was like They said they had like technical problems, and they have gotten better in live performances recently. So I would I believe them in that. But like their nickname for a while was Studio Force, because it sounded like they just kind of sped it up on a computer. But yeah, I don't know. Studio Force. But yeah, it was I don't know, man. Dragonforce. It makes like once again one song awesome, 2 songs stretching it, 3 songs like just stop, please, just do something different, man. Although they do have a new lead singer, or they've had a new lead singer since I started listening to them, and their music once again has not changed that much. But the one song that I heard
they still put out music?
Yeah, they're still around.
How active are they?
I don't know. Once again, I haven't like been following them or whatever, but like I checked in,
Hold on a second.
Yeah, I was doing, I don't like follow them like hardcore or anything, but I was looking up either on Wikipedia or I heard a while ago on some social network site that I don't use anymore. I think it was like Gaia or something.
Gaia.
That was a dark time in my life. We'll get to that. Anyways,
okay.
It's not that bad. It was just like it's like little.
Why would you do this?
Huh?
Was it like a why would I do this?
It was like it was a teenager thing.
Okay. Well, anyway, go.
Okay, but yeah, it was like I heard like on the forum or whatever they had, they were like, oh, the lead singer, who I think his stage name is ZP Threat or something, which sounds perfect for Dragonforce.
ZP Threat.
ZP Threat.
Okay.
He said he was leaving or something.
Oh no,
not ZP Threat. But yeah, I heard the funny thing is when they like finally showed off the new guy, like the new lead singer, they had like a video of him. I think he was just singing like I heard him and I was like, is he singing Through the Fire and the Flames? It sounds like he's singing Through the Fire and the Flames. That's kind of cool that they're just kind of showing like comparing him. But it was a completely different song without me even knowing it. But yeah, like they showed him off. He was all right.
Oh, Dragonforce.
And they showed him off in the video, and I listened to a song. I think it's called Seasons or something. Just Seasons. Like it was a very not Dragonforce sounding name.
No, it's not.
And
it's not like the Burning Seasons of Pain.
Or like the season of the attack of battle or something,
or like the redemption of the season.
The redemption of the seasons. It might be more than just seasons. I only remember the word seasons. But like it was legitimately like good. Like it was like not like being sarcastic in all Dragonforce music is bad. It's not it didn't sound, it had the Dragonforce sound, but like
it had variety.
Yeah, there was meaning to the lyrics,
like actual songwriting.
It was about like overcoming like hard times in your life, because it's always
super cliche.
Yeah, it's super cliche, but still, like it had like that epic sound to it, like the power metal sound that they do.
I'll check it out.
It worked, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I was just like, that was the first I heard of Dragonforce, and I was like, oh, they're finally doing something different, and I saw it with rose-colored glasses or whatever. But I don't know. I'll listen to it again, see what happens. But I remember enjoying it, which was weird. But yeah, I don't know. Check it out, I guess.
But yeah, that just about wraps up another episode of the podcast.
Sorry for another short one this week.
Yeah, we'll get longer.
Yeah,
we have time.
Definitely. But yeah, I guess we will see you next week. And outro music.